it allows us to see more of her body, of her skin. So it's just a win-win situation. And of course, we've been saying this since the beginning, Celeste definitely has the facial beauty. Hello everyone, welcome once again to my channel. It's your boy Luis Portelles, and for today's video we have a very special one because it's one that you guys have been asking for quite some time. And honestly, I wanted to take some time to, distance myself from all of the emotions and the roller coaster that Miss Universe Philippines 2022 was. And that's because today we're going to be talking about Celeste Cortesi's full performance during the coronation night of Miss Universe Philippines. And of course, I'll give you some of my opinions and feedback about her entire performance. I'm actually happy that I waited to film this video because it allowed me some time to really analyze and digest the entire performance and give you a more in-depth analysis, if you will. And also, I just want to give a big shout out to my friend Summer from Crown Sisters. She's the one who actually made this video that we're gonna be reacting to today. So if you guys want to watch the video yourselves, I'll leave the link in the description down below. Please go and support Summer, subscribe to her channel. She is amazing. Alright everyone, so if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like so that it gets recommended to more people. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one almost every single day. And last but not least, let me know in the comment section if you agree with my comments and my feedback. So without further ado, I will see you with my reaction right after the intro.
Be strong.
Celeste Cortesi, Pasay.
Celeste Cortesi, Pasay.
So beautiful.
Our Miss Photogenic is Pasay.
Miss Photogenic. I mean, let's talk a little bit about some of the special awards of the night. And actually, you know what? I'm just gonna go back and talk about the intro. This segment that we had during the coronation where the ladies were able to just walk on stage and present themselves very quickly. I thought that this was a beautiful moment because first of all, it was just the right speed for the candidates. We got to just get to see them, their facial beauty, their body, and just appreciate the moment. I remember feeling that night, the moment that Celeste came out on stage, I just was like, amazed. There was always something about her. It was like the glow, it was the glam, it was just styling. Even though what the candidates were wearing was something that was provided by the organization to make this number look cohesive, even the little like wing accessories that they had in the back as well, she somehow managed to stand out of the crowd. And I think that's honestly one of the biggest strengths of Celeste, is that her beauty, she's not just a beautiful woman, she is captivating. Whenever you're looking at her, you cannot take your eyes. She has a very polished beauty but also a little bit of mystery. I like that. Now talking a little bit more about some of the special awards, if I recall properly, Celeste won 2 special awards that night, Miss Photogenic, and the other one was Best in Swimsuit, if I'm not mistaken. We honestly saw this coming. I think that a few of the girls were actually really strong in terms of being photogenic, and especially with the photo shoots that were being released by the sponsors of the event. So I was not surprised by this. I also thought of other candidates who did very well as well, who registered so well in camera, such as Michelle D. I thought of Chantal Schmidt. I thought of Julia Saubier as well. But when Celeste was announced, I was really happy for her. I think that she rightfully deserved it. You know, it's a good thing when you start winning the awards.
This, and now it's been answered. Pasay City!
Oy, sana all winner. I mean, I don't know if you guys noticed, but there was a moment here where Pia said, you wish for this or you hope for this, and now it has been answered. It was kind of like a premonition for me. Like Pia was just manifesting what was about to happen. Maybe Pia knew something, I don't know. But I mean, at this point in the competition, it was still too early. We were waiting for the swimsuit competition and the evening gown. But what I mean is that the stars seemed to be aligned for Celeste that night, and it just makes sense. Sometimes at the end of a pageant, a lot of us might feel like a little confused because the pageant doesn't go the way that we wanted. Or think of Miss World Philippines, for example, where at the end we're happy for all of the girls, but we feel like some of the crowns might have been shuffled. There was none of that with Miss Universe Philippines. I thought that it was just perfect.
Pasay!
Swimsuit, come on, mama.
This child of the She loves
This was the
spending
moment
time on
that-
the beach with her fur babies.
Yes.
As she's a fan of beautiful and scenic sunsets.
Yes, all of
Like
this.
her, she's a
Mhm.
beauty you can't deny.
You cannot.
Pasay.
I know that's right. Let's watch that without the audio because I just want to give you my comments as we go. But okay, let's remove the audio and just play it once again. I think that for Celeste, I mean the physical condition is just stunning. Her body is so toned, but at the same time it doesn't feel overdone, you know, like we don't see any like big defined muscles or anything like that. It's just like a very symmetric, it just pleasing to the eye body. But I think that one of the biggest strengths that she had all throughout the swimsuit competition was just how effortless it was. It seemed like she was enjoying the moment. She was interacting with the judges, she was looking at the camera, she was looking at the audience. It was just the perfect balance of everything. And I feel like it's really that sense of being so effortless that really carried her until the very last moment in the competition, and ultimately she was able to win the crown because she was delivering a level of excellence that was expected by most fans, but at the same time it didn't feel like she was even trying. She was just naturally gifted. I thought that her transitions, for example, where she will turn around or even flip the hair, it was just like so synchronized. It seemed like there was a rhythm. I don't know if she was being guided by the music or anything or the things happening on stage, but I don't know. I just remember getting the chills as I saw her coming out on stage. But looking back at it, and it's been almost 2 months, I still cannot believe how amazing her performance was.
The Miss Universe Philippines 2022 Best in Swimsuit is...
That was Celeste. Yes, I remember. Come on, girl. Come claim your title. Your special award. Award.
Pasay! Congratulations!
Just listen to the audience. When the audience is rooting for someone, you can clearly hear it. This was her night.
Pasay!
Wow.
Celeste is
Wow.
at her ultimate when she is vulnerable. Because she truly believes that showing and embracing her vulnerability makes her a stronger person.
Whoa. Alright, you guys, let's talk about the evening gown presentation. Honestly, when I saw this dress, I thought it was very simple, but very effective. You know, it's a dress that really complements every single aspect, every single shape, every single curve of her body, and it was just like eye-catching. I'm gonna tell you, I actually gained a lot more appreciation and love for the dress, I guess, after Coronation, because I was watching a review of the Coronation night that Tita Lavinia did on her channel, and she was actually talking about the meaning of the dress. Because it was not just a pretty dress. Of course, there was a message, and it had something to do with Celeste's name being picked by her dad and being a reference to Celeste being the color of the sky. So the dress itself, it was kind of a reference to that and the fact that she went for blue like the sky, white like the clouds. So I just thought that it was, you know, it was a very personal reference. There was always a very personal message with Celeste, and I think that this is something that the judges really appreciated, because you want to see a candidate who is invested in the competition, not just for the crown, but also that this is, you know, something that they want to accomplish, something that they've been planning for a long time, and something that they have invested a lot of time, effort, and thought into. In this particular moment, I also realized how versatile Celeste is in terms of her beauty. If you guys recall, we were just talking a few moments ago about the swimsuit presentation, and she had the big long hair, wavy, very glam, very editorial. It was giving me Victoria's Secret vibes. For this particular segment, for the evening gown, they decided to change the hairstyle and showcase more of a traditional, more of a conservative, and I would say more demure type of hairstyle. I think that it absolutely complements her because it allows just more room for the dress, for the earrings. It allows us to see more of her body, of her skin. So it's just a win-win situation. And of course, we've been saying this since the beginning, Celeste definitely has the facial beauty, and this was accentuated by the hairstyle that she decided to opt for the evening gown presentation. This was major in every single level.
You may now take your spot.
Who? Carrot.
Pasay City!
Let's go. Claim it. Yeah. And I also like that Celeste was herself a little bit in denial, you know, like she wasn't overly confident.
Next up,
She was still shocked when she won.
we have Miss Pasay.
Come on, Celeste. Give us a statement.
Beautiful Miss Pasay.
Mm.
You grew up in both Italy and the Philippines.
Yeah.
What would you say are your best Filipino and Italian traits?
Mm.
If there is something that I can say there is in common with Italian heritage and Filipino heritage, is that we are strong women and we always value family. Thank you. And we always value family. If there is something that my mom always taught me is be grateful for your family, for your loved ones, and the people around you. Because when you're grateful and kind, people will be kind as well and grateful for you.
Thank you very much.
I mean, this was definitely a win moment for Celeste. When I said that she was able to answer this question this way, I was kind of reassured in every single level. Because if you guys remember, one of the biggest, you know, comments and one of the biggest feedbacks that people used to bash Celeste were her communication skills. We all remember those Miss Earth Philippines days and even Miss Earth days. So going into Miss Universe Philippines, a lot of people were still referencing that time in her life to kind of bring her down during Miss Universe Philippines. However, I think that Celeste is very smart because, first of all, she has enhanced tremendously when it comes to her communication skills, but also she always includes an element in the answer that is very, very relatable. So it doesn't matter if the answer or the structure is not perfect or the most polished or the most appropriate, she will always have an answer that at the end of the day, people will be like, you know what? I feel that, I can relate to that, I can connect to that. Here she was talking about family and putting them first and always prioritizing your loved ones. The Philippines is a very conservative country, it's a very religious country, so these are values that speak to the people. The same way that in Italy we always talk about familia and, you know, eating together, and there's a lot of tradition around the family and protecting that inner circle. I think that those are definitely things that they have in common. And I will go even further than that to say that these are values that are shared as well by Hispanic people. This is something that is very, very present in Latin America. So I know that by addressing the question this way, Celeste was not only addressing herself to the Filipino audience, but also to the Italian audience, but also to an international audience. So that's why I think this was so effective.
Yeah, thank you. Only 2 spots remain, and there are 7 names of women I haven't called.
I'm still nervous watching this.
This is your lucky night.
Lord.
Pasay City!
Come on now. This is where Celeste starts looking like she's happy, but she's kind of like, is this really happening? Like,
Let's call on Miss Pasay.
Listen to the audience. They're going crazy.
Miss Pasay, if you could stop time for a day, how would you spend it?
If I could stop time, I would spend it with my family, especially my mother. It's been 2 years that I don't see my family because they live in Italy, and I came here in the Philippines just by myself. So if I had a chance to spend one day, I would definitely be with my mom, and I would just tell her how much I love her and I miss her. Thank you.
Alright, so for those of you who don't remember, I actually did a reaction to the Q&A portion of the Miss Universe Philippines 2022 edition here on the channel. So you guys can go and watch that video if you want the in-depth or whatever in-detail review of this particular moment. What I will say, and I think is the highlight of this particular answer, is the fact that Celeste is just so genuine, and once again, I know that I'm repeating myself, but so relatable. During the pandemic, a lot of us, especially those of us who live away from our countries, we're not able to see our families, we're not able to see our loved ones. I personally, as I told you guys, I could relate to this because my mom lives in Cuba, I live in Canada, I couldn't travel, she couldn't come, and it was crazy, and a lot of people are in the same situation. But Celeste just had a way of answering the question in such a simple way that it was straight to the point, and you could feel how genuine, how vulnerable, how soft her answer was. There's also this little thing with Celeste's voice that for some reason a lot of people interpret it as being nerves. Her voice is a little shaky, but I think it's just her natural speaking voice. I remember when I had her here on the channel for an interview, she just spoke like that all throughout the interview, but I didn't feel like she felt nervous at any point. I just felt like she just had that tone of voice. But I do have to admit that I think that having that little bit of a shaky voice gave it more meaning to the answer, because it feels like she is almost on the edge of tears and like she's thinking of her mom. Makes it emotional. It adds just like another layer. You know, on top of the cake, you just put that frosting. Delicious. And that's exactly what we got here.
I'm sure she's proud of you. Thank you, Miss Pasay.
Come on, one more walk for the judges to see you girls. Imagine the nerves in this particular moment. What was going through their mind. I could not.
This is the moment of truth.
Lord.
Only one of you will be crowned.
The Miss Universe Philippines will be crowned with the La Mère en Majesté crown from Jolomere, adorned in golden
La Mère en Majesté,
evoking the glory of a national
beautiful
treasure.
A very beautiful crown indeed.
Indeed.
Here we go. The first name I will be calling is our new Miss Universe Philippines.
I just remember, like, I was shaking in this particular moment. You guys, you can go back and watch the live stream that I did. You will see my reaction. It was priceless. Lord Jesus. Woo.
The new Miss Universe Philippines 2022 is...
Who, Pia? Pia! Pia!
Pasay City! Celeste Cortesi! That means Miss Makati Michelle D is
She was in
Miss
denial.
Universe Philippine Tourism.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna stop here for a moment because I wanna comment about this crowning moment. First of all, I think the suspense, while this was happening live, you guys, I was just shaking. Shaking. And I don't know why, maybe I'm weird. I think I'm weird, but I usually get like emotionally attached to the candidates. I don't know how to explain it, but especially if I'm able to interact with them, if I'm able to talk to them. And as you guys know, both of them, I had them on the channel for an interview, both Celeste and Michelle. So of course I was actually rooting for both of them. I wanted both of them to be crowned, and I wanted to see them excel because they are so different in their very single way, you know. I think that based on performance this night, it just made sense that Celeste got the title. So at the end of the coronation night, I was happy for Celeste. But I will say something about Michelle. I think that Michelle handled herself so gracefully, and you know, she was definitely a force to be reckoned with. She was a front runner. There was no denying that Michelle D also had what it takes to represent the Philippines internationally. And I think that I even gained a lot more love and respect for Michelle as well. after the coronation, just seeing how supportive she has been of Celeste. I always see them like reposting each other's stuff on their Instagram stories and their content, and it just feels like they have a genuine sisterhood. So I love that when the girls are genuine and truly support one another. But going back to Celeste, I think that, as I said, she never came across as being overly confident or too cocky, in the sense that she was definitely, I mean, you could hear the crowd just cheering and yelling and screaming for her, but at no point in the competition it felt like she knew, oh, you know what, I got this in the bag, the crown is mine. And even up until the very last moment, she seemed so in shock, so surprised. So this was, I mean, just thinking about this, it gives me the chills. Then we have the coronation with Harnaz and Bea. And also, oh my god, the segment that they had for Bea, crying. I was crying. Crown her already. Oh my god. Let's go, Celeste. You know what? All I can say is deserved. Celeste really worked very hard for this title, for this crown, for this moment. I feel like out of all of the candidates, especially with her previous pageant and her previous experience competing for Miss Earth, she's the one who really showed the most evolution and the most change in terms of her performance, her communication skills, her presentation skills, her technique, and so much more. I'm happy. I'm so excited for the international competition. I think that as of right now, Celeste is definitely a front runner, but I'm actually gonna make a separate video where I will talk to you guys about her chances of winning the title, the things that I believe that she has definitely in the bag, like her strengths, and the things that I think she should be working on going forward to Miss Universe International later on this year. So please let me know in the comment section if you want to see that video, and I'll be more than happy to put it together. In the meantime as well, let me know what are your thoughts about her full performance during Miss Universe Philippines 2022, my comments and feedback. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like so that you guys will recommend it to more people, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one almost every single day. Alright everyone, so without further ado, thank you for joining me, for staying with me until the end. Come here and give me a hug. That's a little tradition on the channel. And until I see you next time, please stay safe. Sending you all my love, all my kisses, and I'll see you on the next one.